Hola, I'm Marta Ramos, Dominican born, raised in New York City, and I am a life and business coach and a personal empowerment expert. In terms of becoming the CEO, I just want to give a little bit of context. So, the CEO for me is that you are the chief empowered officer of your life. So, I put together this step-by-step framework called the CEO method, and it's based off of three things. One is cultivating a strong sense of self. So redefining a personal identity that is based on your character, your values, your strengths, your natural talents. Then the E is all about elevating your mindset, especially as a Latina, as a woman of color. There are a lot of cultural and societal stories that are fed to us, and it can sometimes hold a woman back from really being the best version of herself. So you have to constantly be working on elevating your mindset and make sure that you are filling yourself with empowering thoughts versus disempowering thoughts. And then lastly, the O is all about owning who you are, owning your voice, owning your story, and taking action from an inspired place of going after what you want and that vision that you see for yourself. So that is three tips that I would recommend in terms of how to become the CEO of your life. So for me, success is relative, and I really believe that we should define it on our own terms. So for me, success means living on purpose, creating an impact, being able to show up as my full authentic self with no apologies. Also, making sure that I'm taking care of my mental health and well-being, right? Because without that, we can't really succeed in life. And then again, owning my story and owning who I am as a person. So I'm going to be honest and tell you that you as a person, you have unique talents and strengths and values that makes you, one in a million, right? Like no one else can be you. And for me, that is how you can stand out, is when you can present yourself as your full authentic self, again, with no apologies, and really bringing out into the world your own story, using your own voice and owning all of it. So it's really you as a person, as an individual, knowing who you are at the core, knowing what your values are, and really being confident in that. I feel it's a way for you to really stand out in a saturated market, no matter what industry you're in. The first one I would say is don't compare yourself to others. We don't know what journey they've been. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So the first no, don't compare yourself to others. Second one I would suggest is listening to your own intuition versus the opinions of others. Yes, you can ask people for advice and opinions, but make sure that yours, whatever you feel inside is right for you, is what you hold, near and dear, I should say, to like your heart. So again, making sure you're going after paying attention to your intuition versus other people's opinions. And then the third is really making sure that you're asking for help and not feeling like you need to do everything on your own. You don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. So it's making sure that you feel comfortable enough to ask for help when you need it. So for me, it's all about investing in your personal development. So becoming the best version of yourself, both mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, right? Like you are one in a million. You were created by God, the universe, whatever you choose to believe in. And I always feel that the best investment you can ever make is the one that you make on yourself. Absolutely. And there are so many. I've been through A lot. But one of the things that I like to talk to people about is when I was laid off from my job and I already had, a great title, great salary. And a lot of times we're often left thinking that our identity and who we are is based on our career. So when I lost all of that, I felt completely devastated. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know, of course, I was not just not feeling very confident, but also feeling like so defeated. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I really had to take a step back and again, remember who I am, remember where I come from and everything that I've been able to accomplish and succeed in my journey to then turn that into an opportunity. So it was really a way for me to find out again, to reconnect with myself, take that challenge as an opportunity to grow as an individual. And that led me to being the CEO of my own business and now helping other women do the same, how to be the CEO of their life and business. An unstoppable woman for me is a woman who has the courage to not be defined by her circumstances, but by the choices that she makes. And also a woman who accepts and loves herself unconditionally, tal y como es. Always remember who you are. You are your most powerful asset. That is where your power lies. Just remember who you are.